In today's video, I'll give you a brief description of the IEP process. The first being parent and student involvement. A reinforced principle of IDEA, which is the Individuals with Disabilities Act, that encourages and ensures the rights of students and parents by inviting them to the IEP meetings, ensuring the rights of equal partnership in decisions that are being made, the right to receive prior notice of meetings, and parent consent for activities such as the release of information or placement change. The next part of the IEP process is the referral process, which is comprised of 5 phases, the first being recognition. This is when the general education teacher identifies that there is some sort of academic or developmental delay. The second phase is pre-referral, which is an intervention process to address the concerns before the concerns become formal. The third phase is referral for a special education formal evaluation, and the fourth phase being a special education evaluation, and lastly is determining eligibility. The next part of the IEP process is evaluation. So before related or special education services are rendered, students must be evaluated to see if the child has a disability that's described by the Individuals with Disability Act. Data will also be collected regarding educational needs, and a decision will be made on the recommended educational program needed to address the child's disability. Next is eligibility. After an evaluation is given, a determination meeting is called to decide the eligibility for the special education services by a team of professionals and the parent. Next is the components of the IEP itself. So the IEP is a blueprint that's used to help students reach their goals in the special education program. The goals of the IEP is to establish goals which can be measured to check the student's progress and define how related services, special education, and supplementary aids will work on behalf of the student. So the first component of the IEP is the student's present level. So this describes how the student is currently doing and how those disabilities affect them in the classroom setting. The next is their annual goal, which describes what the child is expected to do and the time frame they're expected to do it in. The measuring and reporting process is a description of how progress and annual goals will be measured and when that information or data will be released to the parent. Special education is the next component, which is a statement of special education related services and supplementary aids that will be provided to the child. Next is related services. This is information on when the student may need extra help, such as with their physical ability or help with their speech. This section of the IEP describes those services that will be provided to help address those concerns for the student. Next is supplementary aids and services. This portion describes what's needed to improve children's access to learning and their participation of academic and non-academic activities. The next is the extent of non-participation, which is an explanation of the extent in which the child will not participate with non-disabled children in the regular class or other school activity settings. And the last component of the IEP being accommodations in assessments. This describes the decision on what accommodations, if any, are needed during state testing. Lastly is expectations on ongoing communication. So not only are you as a parent or guardian a vital part of the special education process, but ongoing support and collaboration plays a critical part in your child's success. And it also helps with their compliance in the program that's put in place for them. So thank you so much for listening. I hope this overview was helpful for you. If you have any more questions, you can contact your local school district's SPED department. Thank you so much.